What do you think? These movies, why are both grown-ups and kids loving these kind of like sci-fi movies? What is it about it?
I think science fiction is a genre which has always been used very smartly for allegory and as a metaphor. You know, I don't think science fiction is a particularly childish genre as such. There are versions of science fiction which are for kids and versions for adults. With Star Trek, it's been around for 50 years. So some people that watched it when they were kids, like literally children, like I did, Carl did when we were sort of 7, 8, are still enjoying it now. And I think it's because it has a lot to say about us and our world and our species, and it's relevant, you know.
And it's still relevant after so many years, which is really interesting. I find.
Yeah.
50 years, and you still want to watch the same kind of storyline.
It's because we're not there yet, you know. It's an aspirational story. It's a story where, as a species, we live together, work together. We're peace-loving and tolerant, and we're not yet there yet. So, until we do get there, and it becomes a current affairs show, it'll be an attractive thing.
So you wrote this as well. There's a lot of funny moments in it. How do you know when something's going to be funny or when it's not going to work?
You have to trust your instincts, both as a performer and a writer, you know, to know when it's right to be light and when you have to get serious, you know. I mean, those scenes with Carl and Spock, with Zach and Bones, with Spock and Bones, they're sort of emotional, but they're humorous, and the guys, I think, played them with sensitivity and skill.
I'll agree with that.
Did you think all of it was funny, the things you had to say, or sometimes you're like, no, this is not going to work?
Yeah, I mean, I think the comedy comes out of, particularly in that situation with Spock and Bones, comes out of the fact these characters are so completely different and historically are, you know, argue with each other, and to throw them in a situation where they have to depend on each other in order to survive, you know, it brings forth a lot of comedy. But, you know, particularly in this 50th year of Star Trek, we're also exploring new territory with, you know, when Spock is talking about the death of his older self, he's very unguarded and very, you know, emotionally raw, and it's an honest interaction between the two, and I don't believe that that's something that we've seen in Star Trek.
So I've been asking a lot of actors about this lately. Do you think that to be a good actor, you need to kind of have a little troubled soul?
Yeah, possibly. You have to be in touch with your emotions and the whole spectrum of your emotions, you know. I don't think you have to be mentally unstable, although a lot of actors are. But, you know, I think if you are able to access the whole spectrum of your emotions, you're a better actor, yeah.
You too?
Well, I don't think it's a prerequisite. You know, I think that, you know, to be a good actor, you need to work at it, and you need to invest in yourself and your craft, and you need to study. And, you know, in this film, you know, we're actually all blessed at the fact that we get to work with, we're all very like-minded people, and we have a great time working with each other.
Right. I saw you in Pete's Dragon too the other day.
I know.
Yeah, that was
Did you enjoy
it?
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so sweet. Thank you. Great
Thank
to meet
you.
guys.
Thank you, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet
Who are you
you.
reporting for?
Thank you.
And Norway.
Norway.
TV2.
Fantastic.
Yes.